Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Helene Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. I want to share with you guys how you can find happiness within yourself. You guys, this mug is from Jungalow. Have you heard of them? They are such a dope brand. They have beautiful things. I'm going to link them down below. So I want to share with you guys how you can find happiness within yourself. And there are two different ways that I've learned to do this. I wanted to create this video because I've been affirming to myself recently, you are allowed to feel happy. And I want to share this with you guys too because I feel like it's important, especially in the times that we're in. A lot of times, for some reason, people feel like they're not allowed to be happy, that they have to constantly be striving for more, working real hard, or like we're used to being stressed out. A lot of times we don't prioritize how we feel, making time for ourselves. So self-care, and however this looks in your own life, little things like going outside to get some sun, letting like sun gazing, right? Like staring at the sun, letting the sun infuse your body so you can soak in that vitamin D. Going outside, touching the flowers. If you guys have noticed, I always play that clip of someone just touching flowers, walking by slowly, because these sweet little things of life, these sweet little joys, we can forget about when we're just moving too fast. Simple things can make you happy, and you're allowed to feel happy. Life is full of ups and downs, and so when you're in sweet moments, savor them, enjoy them, fully embrace them, because then that time will pass. You're gonna maybe go through a storm again, and then some more happiness will come. The rainbow after the storm. And if you're going through a hard time, it's okay. I know you guys have probably heard that term toxic positivity, which my thoughts on this are that you never want to brush past your feelings. Like if you are truly feeling down about something, that's okay. I always emphasize feeling your feelings because you got to learn how to be there for yourself. And if you're feeling down, sad, angry, that's okay. Be patient with yourself because it's going to pass. But then allow yourself to move past those emotions, release them, and into a peaceful state. We can actively do this, like there's things that we can do, but also it'll just come upon you as long as you don't block it out. You're allowed to be happy. Happiness is the vibration that is always available to you, that you can tap into. So we're going to talk about like how to do this, but there's also ways that you can protect your mental space and protect your inner peace. Be mindful of what you consume through your eyes, through your ears. So what you take in, especially online, social media, but media in general. That's why I always warn you guys to avoid the news when possible, because it's gonna drag your vibration down. Like we don't have to know about the worst things happening in the world, because that's what the news will show you every single day. 365 days a year, 24/7. They're gonna sprinkle in a few good stories, like maybe 5%, but 95% is bad news. And you might think it doesn't affect you, or you might think that you just want to be aware, but what you're aware of is what you're giving your attention to. It's what you're tuning into. So that means you're going to be connected to it. And since we're vibrational beings, if you connect to negativity, if you connect with drama and violence and fear, because that's what the news always does. Like, since everything's a spiritual game on earth, these things are real that I'm telling you guys. And just turn on the, well, actually don't turn on the news, but if you were to come across it today at some point, you're gonna see that they're just telling you about the worst things possible. It's a spiritual game to steal your energy, to keep you in a low vibration, to keep you in fear. And it's up to you to discover why that is. But to protect your mental space and to allow yourself to be happy, you have to be active about protecting your energy. And so don't feed into that. We are so powerful, and how powerful we really are is hidden from us. And so what we put our attention to, what is living in our mental space, is what we create here on earth. That's how powerful we are. So if they keep showing you violence and you're feeding into it, we're going to be living in that type of world. But when you say no and you practice self-care and you protect your mental health by just not tuning into that, okay, now you're really allowing yourself to be happy. And that's like a teeny example that I do in my own life. Every time I get a new iPhone, one of the first things I do is delete the news app. Because I don't need to know about the drama in politics. I don't need to know about the wars in the world. I don't need to know that. I'm not going to give my attention to that. And I don't think you should either. At least not constantly and every single day. How you feel matters. It matters for you, but it also matters for everything around you. And that's why joy and happiness is such a beautiful vibration. Not only is it going to help you, but we're all connected. And what you hold in your mental space is what you create for your own life, but it's what you're creating for the world as well. So you have to awaken and know your power and know that we're being plotted on, but it's up to you to win this game of life. So you have to be strong, you have to be wise, use discernment, use strength, because we've all been spoon-fed drama since we were little. Attracted to the bad, but what does that bring into your life, right? You attract what you are and the vibrations that you're holding within. So by you protecting your peace, by you tapping into happiness, you're gonna create more happy things in your life. You're gonna attract what you truly want. That's why your feelings matter and your thoughts matter. So how to find happiness within, because those are the things outside of us. That's one example outside of us. But you still want to be diligent to protect your mental space. Okay, so now let's say you turned off the news. All right, cool. What's something you can do to find happiness within? Release the negative feelings inside. So we can take out the things that are blocking our happiness. But to make sure that you're not like gaslighting your own self and you're not spiritual bypassing, lying to yourself basically in the simplest terms. If you're not feeling great right now, ask yourself why and recognize those feelings, validate yourself, process them. Because our feelings, they're telling us something about our inner state. And just have grace with yourself, patience and love with yourself, comfort yourself, or discipline yourself if you need that, like check yourself. But then release those feelings, like let them serve you, your emotions serve you, your feelings serve you, whatever's blocking the happiness. So what are some of the lower emotions that can block your happiness? What vibrates really low? Because scientifically, our emotions have a vibration attached to them. So lower vibrations, think of them as going like this. And that's why you see people in a low mood and they're like this and they're somber and sad. And there's nothing wrong with that, but how to find happiness within is to get to the root reason of why you're feeling that way, why you're vibrating low, because you attract what you are. So if you stay in a low vibration, you're gonna attract lower things to you. And it's nothing to fear, it's just something to be aware of. You're able to release the negative thoughts and feelings, and a lot of times they're based in lies. So some of the lower emotions are things like fear. And that's why I tell you guys turn off the news, because they're just feeding you fear. There's a reason they're doing that. Some of the other lower vibrations are things like guilt and shame. Guilt will keep you from feeling happy. That's why I tell you, you're allowed to feel happy. Since this world can be so crazy, because we're fed all this negativity on a spiritual level so often, right? Bad news sells or bad stuff. So you got to become mindful. You have to actively seek peace and also create it. A lot of times we might be seeking things that are opposite to peace. Something I've realized on my own journey. And so are you seeking drama? Are you looking for the bad stuff? It's a program, and you don't have to blame yourself because we've been conditioned this way to see it as normal, but it's not. You're allowed to feel happy. You're allowed to feel peace. It's the natural flow of life. Like, but there's also some chaos there too. Like, think of a storm, because I always think of nature. What's the natural rhythms of life? How did the creator make it naturally? God. And so sometimes it's a really bright, sunshiny day. Sometimes you see a rainbow in the sky, but maybe the rainbow came after the storm. Sometimes there's dust storms. Sometimes there's hurricanes and things like that, right? Earthquakes. And so everything serves a reason. Everything has a purpose. Everything is serving. There's a reason for everything. Just know your own power and know that you can release the negative emotions, but they're serving you, so they're there for a reason. Don't release them and don't ignore them, like the negative feelings, whatever's blocking you feeling happy, address it. And if it's something that you can't change, like you're feeling in grief or sorrow, be there for yourself and just comfort yourself gently. And then after you recognize the feelings, release them. So how to find happiness within is releasing the negative emotions, because you're allowed to feel happy and you deserve it. And I think that a lot of people do not allow themselves to feel happy because they think they don't deserve happiness, but you do. And so you want to remove the lies. Okay, you are allowed to feel happy. You deserve to feel happy. It's your birthright to be in a high vibration, to be feeling good. Feelings are temporary, and so you want to feel joy, because you're not going to be able to feel happy all of the time. Like, it's impossible to do. So when you are, embrace it. And when you can, do it. We're in a magical world, okay? Science just tries to figure out what already exists, what already is. I'm speaking to you. We're humans. There's so much life in creation. We're in this mysterious universe. Life is not logical. Life is magical. And so happiness, you're allowed to feel wonder, joy, tap into your inner child. That's why children are so free, because they just allow themselves to be happy. They haven't been conditioned by the world yet to be in a deep state of fear at all times, or sorrowful, or feeling like there's something wrong with them, they're bad and they don't deserve happiness. That's subconsciously how a lot of us are operating. So when you release those negative thoughts and you affirm to yourself, I'm allowed to feel happy. I'm allowed to feel love. I am loved. I can love. I'm free. I'm abundant. I'm rich materially, internally, divinely. Okay, so your inner world, make it rich. Your inner worlds, make it beautiful, and stay authentic. So that means whenever you do feel low, tap in with yourself, be there, and then release it. Let it teach you what it's meant to teach you, and then let it go. Because as you release, now you're in a flow state, and you're gonna naturally rise up to higher vibrations like love and joy and peace, enlightenment, discovering that everything serves. We want to take things out of ourselves, release things, purge things out of our energy, but also you can put in. Okay, so it's about taking things out, but also putting things in. Once you release your cup, once you pour out, you empty your cup. What are you going to pour into it? So you can fill yourself with happiness. How to find happiness within, release, but then also put in. So what makes you happy? Do things that make you happy. Feel. So it's about the thoughts, it's about the feelings, and it's about the action. For me, something that will instantly make me happy is music, which music has a beautiful high vibration. But if you're feeling low, something that will instantly boost your vibration is tuning in to high vibrational frequencies, sounds. They're going to tune you to a higher vibration, okay? 5 to 8 hertz is beautiful. Type it in on YouTube. I'll link a video down below that I've felt myself just instantly feel better. But let's say I'm feeling okay. I'm just the start of my day, tuning into music that uplifts my soul, my spirit, makes me feel good. I'm singing along, I'm happy, I'm starting dancing, right? So dance is another way, especially if you're a woman watching this, a feminine, but even as a man, moving your body, flowing, rhythm, and tapping into the unseen. It's a feeling, right? And so your feelings, they matter so much. And you're allowed to feel good, happy, smiling. Fill yourself up with happiness. Think happy thoughts. That's why I always talk about affirmations. Write things down that you love about yourself, or even things that you want to become, you want to feel. Write it in present tense. I am this. I'm so happy this happened. I'm so grateful, universe, this occurred. Whether it's like a new manifestation, like a physical manifestation, give thanks in the present moment and it's gonna come into your reality. So like, that's why you want to tap into hope. You want to tap into wonder, magic, optimism, positivity. What are you going to tune your vibration to? Like, what are you going to think about? What are you going to focus on? Good or bad? Things that serve you or things that harm you? How to find happiness within, tap into gratitude, right? Like, automatically just start going through the things you're so grateful for. And they could be the simplest things, like your health. That's a huge thing. Like, what can you do without your health? So make a gratitude journal or just list it off in your head. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for love, to be able to feel love. I'm so grateful for music. I'm so grateful this thing just happened, this opportunity, that there's color, that I can see, my vision, like my home, my coffee machine, design, creations, my business, my best friend, that this happened, that I learned this, that I'm alive. Like, there's so many beautiful things that we can forget about. But when you remember, that's going to instantly tap you in with happiness. You're going to be feeling happiness within. Think happy thoughts. It matters. So like, what's something you do to feel happy? Like, do you bake? Do you read? Do you sing? Do you dance? Do you do a certain type of exercise? Bike riding, playing with your kids? Are you a designer? Do you create? Do you make music? Like, what do you do? Do you know how to play the guitar? Do you like to learn new things? Like, do you do tarot? Do you go out with your friends? Where do you guys go? Farmers market? Do you have a garden? I follow so many cool creators here on YouTube too, that the things I'm interested in, like, discover something new, discover yourself, meditate, how to find happiness within, get to know yourself and discover what's there. That's why I say, like, spend time with you and tune out from the outside world and tune in and see what's there. Like, your own soul's gonna speak to you. Girl, go do this. Don't you remember this used to be fun to you? And granting yourself the time to do it, because a lot of us don't think that we're allowed to just be happy and just do things that are not on a productivity list, but that just simply make you happy. And I would love to know what that is for you, because it might inspire me or somebody else who comes across it. So what's something you do to feel happy? It doesn't have to bring you a check. It doesn't have to serve any other purpose than it just makes you smile. It just makes you feel good. So make this, like, the time and the space to do this, because you deserve it. Like, I've literally had people get mad at me for being happy. Like, literally mock me for feeling peaceful. Oh, I remember this, especially light and dark. It's a real thing. It's a spiritual thing on earth. And so you're allowed to feel good. You're allowed to vibe high. You're allowed to feel happiness and joy. When you're feeling in a high vibration, or when you're feeling happy, this is going to affect everything around you, people around you. Think about people who are smiling. A simple smile can make such a difference in somebody's day. If somebody else is having like a rough day and they come across a stranger and you guys make eye contact and you smile, like, that can really uplift somebody's entire mood and make a beautiful impact in their day. Yesterday, I was taking out the trash, and one of my neighbors, they're a same-sex couple, and one of the guys is really cheerful and happy, and we always like have a little chit chat whenever I see him. But his partner, he's just more like, he doesn't say anything. He's just a strong, silent type. And so I've just learned to accept it. It's been like a couple of years. And so last night, I went out to take out the trash, and it was the guy who's mostly silent. He was like walking out of his house around the same exact time. And we both walked to the trash can, and as I was walking towards him, he stayed and he just lifted up the thing because he's like way taller than me, and then I threw the trash in and I was like, oh, thank you. And like, and he smiled, and he had a whole different energy to him than normal, and that just made me feel so good inside, you know, because we are all connected. So when you find happiness within, it's going to serve you. You're going to feel good, you're going to attract beautiful things, but you're also connected to everyone else, and so your beauty and your radiance is affecting others in a positive way. When you find happiness within, you're serving everyone else as well. Okay, guys, so that's basically what I wanted to share with you today. How to find happiness within yourself, why it's so important, and just reaffirming to yourself, knowing deep within that you're allowed to smile, you're allowed to feel positive, and sometimes your light might bother others, might irritate others, you know, and so that's okay. Just know that inside they're not feeling too great, so your light might trigger them. Your happiness might bother them, but that's not your issue at all. Okay, and also moods can change, so just be full of grace for yourself, for others, and that's everything I want to share with you. I'm sending you so much love, empower, and healing on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.